All right, bud. Welcome to Grue, and thank you so
What's up,
much for
man?
taking time out.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, definitely, man. So,
Yeah,
so like the first question I want to start out asking you is probably typical question is, what drew you to want to start doing music?
man. Coming from the Mississippi Delta, man, small area in Mississippi. It was kind of a no-brainer for me, being raised in the Bible Belt, singing in church,
Oh
and
wow.
music for me. I had a very gospel was my first start into music, and yeah, man, I say from getting up on stage that very first time and witnessing people reaction and seeing people touched by my voice and seeing the reaction that I could make somebody day better or touch somebody, make them cry. I knew I was like, yo, I think this is not what I want to do. I think this is what I got to do. Yeah.
Like, what what age did you start doing singing in church and stuff?
It would have to be from a very young age. Like I say, like, oh man, but maybe like even like 7 or 8. My
Oh
sisters used
wow.
to have
You
like
started really young.
yeah, really young, bro. My sisters, I'm a preacher's kid, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, my sisters, they had like a sister duo, and some Sundays I used to sing with them. So they really inspired me a lot to sing as well. But yeah, at a very young age, man.
Wow, that is really awesome.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
so I have to ask, like, what were some of the first songs you learned when you were doing like the church songs,
And it was one song that
gospels?
I just can't give up now. Song by Mary Mary. It was probably one of my first songs I ever sung in church. Yeah. I
Okay,
can't give up now. But yeah, like I said, all of it mostly gospel, man. My whole introduction into music, discovering TA vocals was all gospel music.
wow.
Yeah.
So so when you start listening to other songs like R&B, soul,
Mm-hmm. Blues,
pop,
yeah.
rock, like when you start listening to other songs, who are some artists that you love listening to?
It was honestly, man, artists that kind of play with that fine line of church and gospel. So like
Okay.
Sam Cooke, Aretha Franklin was somebody else that did that. Elvis Presley, when him and Sam Cooke actually was really good friends back in the day. But who else? Ray Charles. A lot of those guys that had one foot in the church and one foot out in the club. I just feel like it was something. I mean, listen, if God created the earth, man, he gave me this voice to sing R&B. So I appreciate my family for never making me feel like I was choosing doing something outside of church. They just appreciated my gift for what it was, and I could sing R&B, gospel, blues, and still love God.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true. Nice.
yeah,
And
man.
I saw like your style of songs of music. It's called Southern Soul, right?
Yeah, Southern Soul, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Southern Soul is it's a local genre back to the Mississippi Delta, but I would say the southern region of the United States, from the Bible Belt. Uh, Southern Soul is a combination of country, blues, gospel, R&B, elements of rock. It's literally all of them in one. But we created this thing, and we have our own local artists and talents back in the southern part of the United States that other people in other states mainstream may not know. So, Southern Soul is that thing that's so pure about my sound that people may be like, yo, you sing this R&B song, but how you sing it like it's a gospel record. I was like, yeah, well, that's what we do with Southern Soul music.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
like about like a year ago, I would say, like some a a friend of mine from work what
Hmm.
said, "Oh, I'm going to this jazz and blues club. Why
Hmm.
don't you come?" I was like, "Oh, I never really like been to like a jazz club." and
Yeah,
and when I went there, like I I love how it felt. It's
yeah,
like dark in there, and you
yeah,
got like the blues and jazz guy on
yeah,
stage playing
man.
the guitar and
Yeah,
singing, and they had the food there, and the
yeah.
food was
It's
amazing, and
feel
it
good.
was
Feel
a
good
good
for the
experience.
soul. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's like food for the soul, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely like a really good experience. Like I really liked it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, you got good food, get you some chicken wings, and go listen to the guy go squeal on the mic.
Yeah, right, exactly. But
Yeah,
like just the music too, like the way he was playing and
yeah.
uh acoustic
Hmm.
and just the way he was playing that, like I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Freaking man, I love that stuff. That's one of my most fun things about coming home, man. I can't wait to go home to go back to like the juke joints that I grew up like going, you know, hearing that I couldn't get into because I was in church.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I love that type of stuff. Good food, good vibes, good energy.
Oh my God, yeah, it's
Yeah,
great. It's
man.
great. I love it. So out outside of church, like what was the first song you ever like wrote and sang?
First song I ever wrote and sang. Well, I used to be in a group called Next Town Down, and we had an amazing journey, man. Probably one of my most favorite things about being in the industry, having experience being in a group and being on the road. But we wrote this song called Wondering. And
Okay.
yeah, it was just an amazing record. But for me, individually solo, it would probably have to be this record called June 15th. It was my first ever single. Uh and yeah, man, my first introduction into the industry, but also a record that just means so much to me, you
Oh
know?
wow.
Yes, sir.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And I see you also do like a lot of live shows and stuff. And what do you love most about being on stage and looking out into the crowd?
Man, it's when you look at that one individual and you know, and they don't have to say anything. I just like, oh yeah, I touch you. That's why I do it. That one individual that may have come looking for whatever it be, maybe it's just like a little love. Maybe it's just he needed to connect with the soul in my voice
Yeah.
to free up some or to even make them feel something, you know. That's the one thing about each show, man. When somebody just I was touched, man. I was touched through your voice. That's why I do it. I sing from I sing from a place of love, a place of true, raw, vulnerable emotions. It takes a lot getting up there singing stuff that didn't really happen to you in life, and you know, for people to get on stage and people appreciate these stories and relate to them. You know, real things that are happening in life. It just like reassures why I'm here.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
nice.
man. Yeah.
And like when artists are on the road a lot, like doing different gigs, different bars, different arenas, like they always have like some good live stories. Like
Mhm.
which story stands out to you the most about doing a live show?
Oh man, let's see. I got so many. But I would say the most random one would my very first video that I ever posted online singing was Anthony Hamilton's song called Her Heart.
Okay.
My first ever video singing online. I'm like, yo, I'm about to do this. I don't know what it is. But about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got hit up, you know, from my agent to open up for Anthony Hamilton. And I was like,
Okay.
whoa. So I got to hang with him in the crew. So that was probably like the most random, wow, wildest live show experience.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, he just about sold out this theater. So it was a crazy experience, bro.
Wow, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is there any artist like you would love to work with, like do a song with?
Usher.
Yeah, okay.
Usher, man, come on, Usher, Chris Brown, you know, Usher and Chris, but Usher's top on my list.
I saw something on your page. Didn't you work with Chris, like
Yeah,
Chris Brown?
I wrote a record with a good friend of mine with Chris that got nominated for a Grammy last year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, man. So that was a blessing. But yeah, yeah, love Chris. Chris is a legend. These are all guys that I've looked up to being a kid coming into the music industry. So for that to even happen was just insane.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And you have a a new album that's out and caught between two worlds.
Hmm.
So can you give us like a rundown of the songs, like what inspired you to make like the songs on there?
Well, just being wait, let's take it back. So I think just being a young man, being 27, just kind of like discovering myself, discovering, you know, whether I want to be in love or whether, whether I, don't necessarily want to have a partner right now. Also, just growing up in the industry. I've been in Los Angeles since I was 20, so I've
Wow.
spent most of my younger years in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. So, caught between two worlds could mean anything to you, any the listener, but for me specifically, it was really like that struggle between my love for music and love for an individual, you
Okay.
know. Yeah, so it was basically speaking to the everyday struggle of like trying to keep a relationship alive while also being tugged in many different directions, not necessarily because of another person, but just because of growth.
Well,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah, like baby, I want to be there for you, but it's like my career, I
exactly.
if I can't be the man that God put me on earth to be, I don't know if I can be the man that you need me to be. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
caught between two worlds, a collective of like 11 records just all spoke to every song. Got one song called Pros and Cons because a lot of times we make decisions and sometimes we don't sit and, because we're so emotionally driven, we don't really think about, okay, despite how I feel right now in this moment, there are actually pros to being in this situation. She loved me, she cared about me, although she may get on my nerve. Then I got this other record called uh what's another record on the product? Bad for Me. You know, where it's like now I focus so much on the good that I forget that like this situation is depleting me. So yeah, man, I would say that the whole project is almost like my journal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, if you can go into my mind and open the pages to my journal, it would be this project.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like out of all the songs that you have on it, I think it's like 11, like 10 or 11 songs that you have on the album.
Yeah.
And how how do you pick like the song to be your first single to have the world to introduce the world to this album?
The first record that we released was June 15th. And to be honest with you, I didn't pick that. I have to be honest with you. I didn't pick that as my first single.
Oh,
Uh yeah, my team, they came to me and they were just like, yo, your vocals on this record, how the production was stripped down. It wasn't like a lot of heavy production. It was literally just my vocals and some harmonies in the back. And they felt like an introduction to TA, now the solo artist, with just my voice and the vulnerableness of this records from the words to the singing. They felt like it would be the perfect introduction. And when I heard them out, which is collaborations are so important, I was like, you know what, you guys are right, and I agree. And yeah, man, it's my one of my most streamed songs.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
And is there any song like that you wrote or and sang? Like, is there any song that means the most to you out of like the rest of them?
Caught Between Two Worlds, the single.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it is called, and I say that because it's really how I felt collectively across the whole project, being kind of caught between two worlds. Yeah. So June 15th, Caught Between Two Worlds, those two records out of the whole project are the ones that really just resonate that entire message of what every song is really about. Every song came under those songs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, yep, yep.
And when you're ready to record a song or go live on stage, like what do you do for your voice to get it ready to go in the studio or go on stage?
So it's this lady. I call her my online vocal coach. We've never met in life, but a vocal coach named Cheryl Porter. She have a vocal channel on YouTube and have some amazing vocal warm-ups.
Mhm.
So listening to Cheryl Porter vocal warm-up videos and also just listen to gospel music before I perform.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It somehow tapped my mind into that, reminding me that it's bigger than the physical part of singing. It's bigger than that. It's spiritual. It's it's reaching in so that I could touch somebody. So yeah, man, listen to instrumentation too, not just people singing. Like I'm a big fan of the B3 Hammond organ. So sometimes I listen to organ instrumentals before I go on stage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man.
And what do you like doing in your free time when you're not involved with music?
Family. I love doing fun activities with my family, man, nieces and nephews. I like being outside a lot, so I like hiking. I love high intensity sports, basketball. I love four-wheeler riding back in the South, fishing. I like being outside. I'm a Mississippi boy, so I love
Yeah,
being outside.
yeah,
Yeah,
sweet.
yes, sir.
And are there any hidden talents that fans might not know?
That that TA know how to cook his ass off. Uh,
There you go.
But for me to cook, it takes a lot because I take cooking very serious. So it's not like I can just go do something real quick. So I don't cook a whole lot only
Yeah.
because I take cooking very serious.
So what's like your main dish that
To
you
to
like
be real
doing?
with you, you'll be surprised. I can cook just about anything. Uh,
Okay.
but main dish would definitely be some traditional soul food. Maybe,
Nice.
yeah, maybe we got like some homemade cornbread, some candied yams. Maybe it's like some mac and cheese made from scratch, and
Yes.
like some good bake oven roasted chicken, like I take the kitchen thing a little serious.
I see
Yeah.
that. Damn, I'm getting really hungry now.
I'm hungry too, trust me. I may have to, today may be one of them days.
Right, exactly.
Jesus.
And what are you a video game guy at all? Like, do you have any gaming systems?
PS5 Madden, football guy,
Nice,
love
nice.
Madden. Yeah, that's my stuff.
So who's your team? Who's your,
Steelers in the same.
yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, it's my team. What about you? Who your team?
Actually, it's the Washington Reds or the Washington Commanders now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, they did a little change up here recently.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's always been my. Even though I live in Philadelphia, I should be an Eagles guy, right? But I was
Nah,
always
I
a
won't let my
Skins
homies hear
guy.
that. I got some homies from Philly, so I won't let them hear you. So I won't show them this part of the interview. They'll
Okay, thank
be
you.
upset. They come
But you
looking
know,
for you.
when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, I was one of the like fake fans that ran on Broad Street and celebrated. So
Oh, that's hilarious. Uh,
and,
it's
and
all
what
good.
about like how about are you into like the Marvel and DC stuff? Like, do you have a favorite
Um,
superhero and villain?
Man, come on, man. The Black Panther, bro. That's about the Black Panther because I'm a Black Panther. All right.
All right, there you go. There you go. I like that.
Uh, yeah, bro. So the Black Panther and Superman all day.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And is there any place you would love to travel to that you haven't seen yet?
Sweden, Switzerland. Also want to visit Kenya and Ghana. I'm actually
Nice.
going to go next year. I'm going next year, September, going to Ghana and Kenya.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, going to the motherland, man. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
Switzerland and Sweden are also high up on my list as well.
Sweet, sweet.
Yep, yep, yep.
And if you were gonna do a karaoke song, what do you think you would sing?
It would definitely be busting it out with Tennessee whiskey.
Yes, yes, definitely. Okay.
That's a
All
good
right.
great.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good karaoke one right there.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. And do you have anything coming up for yourself? Like any new music coming up? Anything else you're working on?
Well, I can tell people to be expecting something for Christmas. I'm gonna do something special, and every year for the last 2 years, I've been doing this amazing thing for Valentine's Day, called From TA with Love, and which is just like a collective of 3 records, that I sing my ass off on. So, those are two things I got coming up right now. But definitely in the new year, could be expecting new music.
Okay. So
Yes,
I have
sir.
to ask, like, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Probably would be the Christmas song and Whitney Houston. Who would imagine the king?
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
sweet, sweet.
yeah, man.
And I also see like you're in really amazing shape. Like, what do you do to stay in shape?
Man, to be honest with you, I used to be high intensity in the gym, pumping a bunch of iron, but what people won't tell you is that also a lot of that stuff is dangerous as you start getting older. So I do more things that are like kind of fun working out, like running out, hiking. You know,
Okay.
that's a big thing that I do, hiking. Yeah, I love the hiking. I love the run.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, man. So, you know, just staying active, running with a good scenery.
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
sir.
And last thing I will ask you is where can fans follow you at?
You can follow me on all social media platforms and on all DSPs at T.A. Thomas. T.A. Thomas everywhere.
Awesome, buddy. Well, thank you so much for taking
I
time to come
appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.
on. Thank
Anytime.
you.
Yes, sir.
Well,
See you, man.
definitely have a great weekend.
You too, man.
Thank you.
See you, brother. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.